Hey guys, Michelle here from My Designs in the Chaos, where it's our goal to develop, encourage, and grow your own crafting talents and confidence and abilities. Tonight, we're going to be doing something really fun, and we're going to be creating these cute little baseball ornaments. I'm making them for my son's team, so let's make some of these ornaments together. And let's go ahead and let's get started. We are using tonight some heat transfer vinyl. So I already have that cut. Let me angle you guys down. So tonight I'm going to be using these little baseballs that are squishy. So they're like foam balls, and I'm going to be putting some heat transfer vinyl on those. And so I'm going to be making them for his whole team, but I figure I'll just make one of them together and show you guys how to do it in case anybody else wants to do it too. I just want to be able to put their numbers on there. So I'm going to just cut out the heat transfer vinyl first. Now, remember, when you are working with HTV, you want to make sure that you mirror your design. I should probably be using my weeding tool, but I'm not. Here we go. So these are kind of small, and so I was debating about putting their names on there too. I really honestly wanted to, and I maybe could have squeezed it on, but I felt like, gosh, that's like really tiny because this is the space that we're working with, and I felt like it would just be too small on there. Because let me show you, like size wise, if I put the number and I tried to put their name, I just felt like it would be too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just place this approximately where I want it to go. Now, when you're placing these, you want to be careful you don't put it too low, because if it's hanging like this, you don't want the number like angling down, if you guys can see that, okay? I'm just going to place it kind of right here in the middle. And again, these are like squishy, if y'all can tell. They're like little squishy baseballs, and I'm sure they have them for like softball or tennis or golf or whatever. Okay, so once I have the vinyl, so I have it where I want it to go, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my little Clover mini iron and I'm going to press it down here onto the little baseball. And these irons get super hot, so it doesn't take very much for it to be applied because you don't want to melt it. And so see, now I've got that heat transfer vinyl on there. Y'all can see. If you can see close enough, it's like melted into the actual ball, which is exactly what you want because you want it to look like it's part of the ball. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing, only on the other side. The number I'm putting on one side, and then we're going to put the year onto the other side. So again, I'm going to kind of line it up. Y'all know I'm an eyeballer. Everything doesn't have to be exact. So I'm just going to kind of put the date on this side, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my little Clover mini iron, and I'm just going to, you want to be really careful, and you're just going to kind of gently press down on that heat transfer vinyl. And then notice, like the carrier sheet, if you can see, the carrier sheet will pull away from the actual heat transfer, and that's how you know it's on there really good, because it just kind of gently comes away. You don't even have to like peel it. It kind of naturally will just come off. Can y'all see that? And then that way you know it's pressed on there good. And then, that had like a little hair. There we go. Okay, so now I've got my heat transfer on one side and I've got my number on the other. And now we need to make a hook for the top part. Okay, so, and again, it's kind of fun because it's squishy, and since it's heat transfer, it's still squishy. You don't have to worry about it peeling off. Now we need to make the top part. I'm going to use these same, I used these the other day on those ornaments we made. They're like these little wired garland ties. And I'm going to use one of those. I got these at Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to make the little hook on the top. And so, you know, you can kind of measure about how big you want it to be. I'm going to make mine about like that because I'm going to kind of curl it down a little bit. So I'm going to fold it over in half. That way some of the That way everything is not going one direction. Some of the greenery is going one way and some of it's going the other way. It just kind of makes it a little more full. And plus I got like 14 of these for $1, so I'm really not too worried about space on those. Okay, and so here now I have the little top, and I'm going to use this jute, and I'm going to wrap this around the middle of this greenery here in order to create my hanger. So I'm going to just take it right in the middle and just kind of wrap it around. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on there to make sure it sticks. So I'm going to just stick a little, let me move this clover iron over to the side because those things get super crazy hot and I don't want to burn myself. I'm going to just put a little bit of hot glue on here, and then I'm going to wrap this little wire around some more. And then I'm going to make it where there's some slack in there so that I can have a little handle. So I'm going to wrap it around on the bottom, and I'm going to pull it up like this so that it has some slack. So notice how I'm just kind of creating a little loop so that it actually has a hanger. So I'm just putting a little bit of slack on there, and now I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the bottom too. Put a little bit more hot glue right here on the bottom. And then I'm going to wrap it some more. I'm going to wrap it on both sides of that little hanger. So I just basically are making ourselves a little hanger. And then I'm going to just trim this part off. Put a little glue. Don't be shy with the hot glue on this project. There's a lot of it on there. So, and then I'm going to put that over to the side, and now we're going to attach it to the top of our baseball. And so the way that we're going to do that is, again, we're just going to put some hot glue on there, and because these baseballs are really squishy and soft, they're not heavy at all. They're like the consistency of like one of those little stress balls. So I'm just going to put some hot glue right there on the top, and then I'm going to press this little greenery here into the top. I'm going to kind of bend the greenery around the baseball there, make sure it's in the middle. And now we have one more thing. I'm going to add in a cute little bow because this is cute, but I feel like I need a little bit more red, and so let's add a bow. So I'm going to let that dry for a minute. So here's where we are, and we're going to put a little bow. I'm actually going to put it on the side with the number so that that one can be kind of like the front. So I'm just going to take my ribbon, trim a little bit of ribbon off, and tie a little bow here. The little baby bow. They're so cute. They add such a cute little accent to whatever piece you're working on. Okay, so I'm just making this little bow, and now I'm going to trim off the edges of the bow just to make it look cute on the ends. And like dovetail the ends of the bow here. Pull this part of the bow down. And now we've got our cute little bow, and we're going to attach it here to the front of our ornament. So I'm just going to put some hot glue right there on the front. And then I'll place my little bow, just squish it right in there. And so now I've got this super cute little ornament that has a number on the one side and then it has the year on the other. But it's a really easy and inexpensive way because the balls are not expensive at all. This is Dollar Tree ribbon I already have, and it's scraps of heat transfer vinyl. So just really cute, and then everybody will get their own little ornament, and then it's not as heavy as a real baseball. And if you guys end up making something like this, and I bet they have for any sport, you know, if you did footballs, it'd be cute to do in white, or softballs or tennis balls, any of that kind of stuff, because again, these are not real balls, they're just the squishy ones. So if you found value in this, please sprinkle the love. I would really appreciate it. It says fall of 19 on the back. And otherwise, y'all have a wonderful evening, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all.